Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to record another video for you guys. This one is what is going to inspire you this spring. I am doing a timeless reading. Really, this is about inspiration and what I see in the cards as far as what is going to inspire you. If other messages come through, and I'm going to read like normal also, of course, I'm going to tell you what those are. I laid out some charms, but I also have the tarot here. I just laid them out just in the essence of time. I do want to say a big shout out to everybody who has donated. Just want to say thank you just to everybody who's been really kind. I do ask for donations, unlike other, psychics. I ask for donations because, I think it's about every 20 hours of work that I put in, I get about $10. That's how much I average. It's not very much at all. So if you can imagine like putting in like a full work week and then your boss giving you $10, it just doesn't feel that great. So that's, why I ask for donations. Plus it reminds everybody that energy is reciprocal, and I have been putting a lot in, and I really don't ask for much back. So I appreciate all donations. You can find the donation button in my description box, but also in the comments. Also, another way to support my channel is to book a reading. I am offering private readings. It's $100 for 30 minutes. I appreciate all bookings, and I love all my clients. So you can do that. Also, the information is going to be in the description box. So let's jump into it and see what we've got. It's interesting. I did another reading like this over on IG, and I actually tagged 10 different IG accounts that I found inspirational. And some of the things that I found this spring to be inspirational is vegan channels, actually. Lighter cooking, lighter meals, different kinds of salads, also homemade items, like watching people make things that are homemade. I'm also really inspired by pottery right now, and just anything that's handmade with wood or clay. I'm just inspired by things that I don't know. I'm always learning things, and so people are always making things that I've never seen before, never tried before. I saw a cool post on how to ferment magnolia blossom petals, and I did make a tincture from magnolia before, but I never did a ferment with it with honey. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, so I'm just gonna look to see what is here. Stretch for a minute. Basically, we have the Love's Offering card here, which mirrors these hearts here in the charms. And I think at this time, a lot of people are going to be focusing more on their love life. I don't know why, but I'm seeing it across the board. I saw it over on my IG as well, that, for many of you, that's what your focus is. And in some way, it's easy to get, I want to say, distracted by things and by relationships at this time of year. But I would also recommend pulling energy back and focusing on yourself and thinking about what, is going to be inspiring to you, like what's going to be best for you, and what you're going to really get the most energy from and the most excitement from. Some of you, I think, are going to get more energy when you work on your hydration levels. We have the pineapple here. It's interesting. I started to notice that I've been very dehydrated, and so I started drinking celery juice and water with this gray salt for hydration, and it has helped. I'm also a big fan of watermelon. There's like 451 electrolytes in cold pressed watermelon drink that you can get. I'm also just any juice. I'm also switching basically up at this time of year from, like, let's just say a dry diet, which is like more bread and like eggs and that stuff that doesn't have water, to more fruits and vegetables which have water. So waking up and having some fruit that has water content. And I found that that's really been helpful to increase my hydration levels. So I'm seeing that as something that's going to help you. It's going to give you energy, and it may actually inspire you. There's a lot of different videos out there, like how to make cold pressed juices. So maybe some of you are going to be getting like a juicer and making some interesting cold pressed drinks. I saw this one guy, this was so long ago. He inspired me so much. I don't even remember where he was, what his name was, but he was on a beach somewhere and he was cold pressing horseradish and beet juice. And that inspired me so much. I don't know what it was. It just seemed so refreshing and kind of intense at the same time. And so some of you might be doing like something like that where you need a little bit of intense flavors in your diet, or just to get your energy back up. Regarding love, I do feel like there's a 3 of Cups situation for some of you, because there's more than one heart here, and there's like a little heart in this adventure awaits. So this to me is like the 3 of Cups. And we have the Love's Offering card here, as well as the 9 of Cups in the tarot. So for some of you, this is like needing to figure out what you want in a relationship. Needing to figure out if you want to date multiple people, if you want to involve yourself with multiple people, if you want to date somebody who already has a relationship, or put time and effort into that. I do want to say here, and it's weighing so heavily on me, I'm going to say it. I feel that I have seen across the board, almost with all like every video I've come across, relationships that have to do with third party, that have to do with a karmic situation, that people wait for the karmic relationship to end. And I have to tell you that most relationships that we have are karmic in some way. So it's almost pointless to wait for somebody, because by the time they're out of that relationship, you will have moved on. You will not want that relationship anymore. So it's like, I don't know, like I have to say it because I see it so much. With, I'm psychic, but I go online, I go on YouTube, and there's all this stuff about karmic stuff. And I, like I said, just want to encourage everybody to pull your energy back and think about what's best for you, and think about relationships in a healthy way, and how you want to take your relationships in a healthy direction, rather than thinking about it as like, okay, this is a karmic and I'm going to wait for that to end. Think about what you want out of your next relationship. Think about dating other people, think about maybe doing some online dating if you've never done online dating, like, reaching out to a friend and being like, hey, I'm single. Is there anybody that you know that you could hook me up with, So that's something I had to get off my chest. I'm sorry I had to do it, but I just had to do it. Couldn't help it. I do see we have this little plate here with the charms, and I do see some of you being inspired by cooking, by food, by maybe having a love for food, or trying new recipes and doing different things with that. I see some of you being inspired by gardening or being outside in some way. I am right now. There's like everything's in blossom. Everything smells amazing. And like that, I did that whole series about the flower, based on the flower inspiration from flower petals. I think this is like the season before I had lost my housing. And so like, I encourage everybody to get into like the spirit of springtime. One of the things I noticed was the blue forget-me-nots on this heart here. So there's a lot of love in this reading. The flowers in this reading, there's a lot of love. And so I guess I want to remind everybody that regardless of whatever you're going through, you're very loved, and there are people that love you, and to really focus on the people in your life that do care about you, that do love you. Something else I have to get off my chest, it's so away so heavily, is that I have noticed, I don't even know how to say this. I have noticed that in the last year, people really just don't care that much. And this is not just one person, this is many people. And it gives me this feeling of almost nostalgia for a time where I feel like there was a stronger family unit. with people. People had a sense of camaraderie. People called each other back. People texted each other back. People just called each other same day. There wasn't so many games. It was, also so many, not so much breakup games. There was, let's hang out, let's go out, let's talk, let's go for a drink, let's maybe go to pizza, let's go to coffee. And now you're lucky if you make it to one date. And I just feel like for some of you, like those of you who are maybe my age or older, you might feel that at this time, at least, kind of nostalgic for that. And I don't know why that energy is coming through, but I have felt myself personally very nostalgic for that. And it's coming up in this reading for a reason. So maybe some of you are kind of just like, there's some people that call it the good old days. I don't think there is a good old days. I think we're supposed to be in the present moment and make the best of every moment we've got. But I definitely feel like Saturn in Pisces has really done a number on communication. Saturn in Pisces has really been challenging for a lot of reasons. And so I would like to put it out there and try to help you guys manifest that, better communication or better flow to things, or people just calling you back when they say they're going to call back, people texting you back when they say they're going to text back, people showing up. There's a lot of excuses of why people don't show up now. It's like everybody has an excuse, some excuse for something, whether it's their mental health or whether it's their family or whether it's their children or whatever it is. There's an excuse of why they're not present. And we have to start showing up for each other. I honestly believe that. I believe that if we start showing up for each other, there won't be so much BS with relationships. Love will be more of a priority. I feel like there won't be so much mental health issue because there won't be so much division. People will be treating each other better, being on the same page more. I actually want to do this whole video about making things right and the kinds of things that I see maybe about people not doing right by others. And I don't know, I might call it a justice a video, but I feel very strongly about that right now. And I don't know why. I feel that I just seen it not just in my personal life with other people, things not going right. Last year was a year of cruelty. I don't like that. I feel like a lot of people, there's not a straight line anymore to really walk as far as where things are going with education, with it's just in general, where are things going? That's really the question. It's just a lot of I don't know, I wouldn't call it murky energy, just so much water energy that it's hard to see how things will end up. I do want to talk about these two cards briefly. If I sound out of breath, it's because this afternoon I felt like I had so much to say for this reading, and I don't know, I feel like I don't have enough time because my video is going to get too long. But we have the Page of Swords here, and the Page of Swords to me is about being helped out, being lifted up out of hardship. We also have the Empress here. I feel very strongly that there's a lot of positive coming in. A lot of you are actually doing a lot of good things in the world as well, maybe reaching out to somebody, helping somebody out, doing something that's kind for somebody else. That's the Empress here with the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is being lifted up out of hardship. And the Nine of Cups is a lot of abundance. This can be a person as well, or somebody who doesn't really want commitment, or someone who wants to be single and free. But I see it actually as the progression of the Empress, which is like a story here. The Empress having so much to offer and being in this place of abundance. The Page of Swords receiving that abundance. The Page of Swords kind of rising from all challenges and being helped out, and then coming into her own or his own with this Nine of Cups and really flourishing. So as far as outcome, I do see a really, really positive for this spring. Some of you might be inspired by, I don't know, positive affirmations. Some of you might be inspired by other people's journey and other people's how they overcame their challenges. Everybody's obsessed kind of with David Goggins right now, but I feel like some of you just really need to find inspiration somehow with maybe your workout routine, or maybe you're just feeling uplifted or feeling supported or feeling like, like having a positive attitude, like you've got whatever it is that you're doing, and you're being uplifted or you're being helped through things. There's just a lot of support, I feel like, coming in here. Even though the Empress is facing this way, I feel like this is support. I feel like this is also mutual support. So in this regard, like, it's not just like somebody giving to you, it's like you giving back in some way, somehow, to somebody else. And we can also think about offering our time and offering words of encouragement as a gift. That's another thing too. And I have to say this, and I don't know why it's weighing so heavily on me, but like, I have recently, at least, haven't seen as much, very few people actually being kind and saying words of upliftment or encouragement. I see a drastic decrease in comments across the board from all of my social media, but also on social media in general. There's a lot of comments on certain videos, and those are really negative. So it's like it's gone in this really weird direction where it's like the support and the upliftment from the tribe is not there. And so we need to really remember to be supportive and kind and say kind things to other people, whether it's somebody who we just meet or somebody who's in our life or just a text message away. Like, I really encourage everybody to go back through your phone and just start thinking about something nice that you could say to somebody else. And I think it's going to make a huge difference because it's going to make you feel good as well. It's not just like, oh, like you're going to say something nice. I feel like it's just going to be like a mutually beneficial thing. I just want to, if any of the people that have supported my journey, and I want to shout out to Sarah, Rebecca, Warren, and Ten May, and Beatrice. If any of the people that are part of my team are watching this, I just want to say a huge thank you. I would not be here without you, and I love you guys so much. But I definitely feel like some of you definitely need to work on your relationships, and it's coming through very strongly. Like, we glorify relationships, we glorify romantic love, but the thing that's missing, or the thing that might inspire you, is actually more, I want to say, like, interpersonal relationships. This could be friendships. This could be husband, wife. This could be boyfriend, girlfriend. This could be a cousin, an aunt, anybody in your life, an acquaintance. I bumped into people all last year. I made all kinds of crazy connections with people that I was not expecting to make. And a lot of people were just incredibly kind to me during that time. And so I have to say, saying something kind is so small, but it's going to make a huge difference. I do feel like some of you are going to be thinking about moving somewhere. It did show up on IG, and it's showing up here. So moving or travel. The lighthouse typically is moving. Whether it's planning long distance, short distance move. I see like this move. I don't necessarily know how it's going to go quite yet. The last three cards are really positive here. We have the Tower. This is the only interesting thing about this, is we have the Tower in the position of emotions. Some of you may unexpectedly find yourself very emotional at this time. You might get a piece of mail that sets off your emotions. You might receive a call. You might receive a text. You might just sit down and start crying. It's just one of those things where you might actually be very hypersensitive to the energies at this time. And this reminds me, I got a package from my cousin. That was actually and I'm going to think about, when I think about it, I start crying. My grandparents' handkerchiefs. I had requested her to send them to me like a year and a half prior. And when they finally got to me, I started bawling. I came into the place that I was living. I sat down on the couch and I started bawling, just hysterical. So some of you, there might be something that's like that, where it's like, either something somebody sends you, or something that triggers you emotionally, something that, you get in the mail that triggers you emotionally. You just may be very emotionally overwhelmed at this time for some of you. There's just Nine of Cups is a lot of water, and the Tower is unexpected emotion, like unexpected feelings that pop up. Some of you, this is unexpected feelings from somebody else. like somebody else telling you how they feel. You could be also telling somebody else how you feel as well, like opening up to them. So it could go either way. There's two cards here. I have to talk about this before I wrap up. There's two cards here about an offer. So there's something here about a job offer. Now, whether you take that job or not, it's hard to tell. There's going to be more money for sure that comes through for you. Some of you may be very worried about money at this time, but I don't think that's really going to last very long. We have the Three of Pentacles coming in after that. This is support. Again, more things about support. You might have days where you're like not inspired by anything at all, over relationships or over people in your life or over certain things. And then something positive will happen or something positive will pop up. And like we have the Sun card, we have the High Priestess. I mean, like it's not going to last you very long, but at the time you might be struggling because it might be kind of like back and forth a little bit. We have this, I forgot I wanted to get to this. We have these charms here about good things that are going to happen. Good things are going to happen with the dove. So it's like the dove, the bird is like a something coming in that's good news. That could be a blood test result. I got a blood test result back that I was not expecting it back, and it was really good news. And I have to tell you, like, I started crying because I was just like, oh my God. So it could be something like that, where it's like really good news on like some blood tests. I also feel like we have this piece I actually found when I was outside on a walk. It's unexpected. So to me, this is like unexpected good news. Doesn't have to necessarily be about like medical stuff. It could just be about anything. But to me, this is unexpected good news coming in, and like, who doesn't like that? So that might be something that you're not expecting. That's really, really positive. I also see like some of you, you're going to be thinking about fixing things, or you're going to be really working out the kinks in some regard in your life, okay, because we have this washer here. So some of you may be at this time trying to fix things that maybe have not gone well, okay? There's a lot of things I have to say that did not go well this last Mercury retrograde. I had to do things like 2 or 3 times. So some of you may be going back and maybe trying to fix things that happened during this last Mercury retrograde. I really wouldn't be surprised. I hope I've helped you guys in this video. Hopefully you'll find other things that are inspiring in your life as well. And I wish you guys all the best. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care.